Hey you guys, what's up? It's Rocketdust54 here, and welcome to my horror pack unboxing for the month of December 2022. Let's just get right started with this. Okay, so the first one in here... Okay, so this is one I already have, unfortunately, but this is a great movie, guys. Like, this is one that I feel like... I don't know, I feel like maybe some people didn't like it as much as they should have, but like I thought this was a really great movie. This is one I definitely need to see again. But the first one in here is Doctor Sleep. I really liked this movie. I thought it was very good, very well done, great performances. I saw it in IMAX too, which was a great experience because the sound is like so close. Like there's a twig snapping in like the opening scene that sounded so close that it sounded like it was like right in my ear. It was so well done. And like, you know, like, yeah, this, like, again, I haven't seen this since it first came out on Blu-ray. One thing I will say is that the director's cut actually hurts the movie, because the theatrical version is 2.5 hours, but the director's cut is 3. The director's cut really hurts the pacing, because in the director's cut, I'm not kidding, you get like halfway through, like a full hour and a half in, and not a whole lot has happened, unfortunately. So, in my opinion, the director's cut hurts it, but the theatrical is definitely... I'd say the theatrical is like a 4 out of 5. The director's cut is probably like a 3. But yeah, definitely a great movie that I feel like is really overlooked in like the Stephen King adaptations. I would definitely give this a watch. It's really good, you guys. And the next one in here... I think I've heard of this. Is this from... Oh... Okay, hold on. Yes, this is the one I think it is. And the thing is, I've heard of this, and I heard it was quite good. And I actually did see this at Shoppers when I went, and I didn't buy it, because I'm like, it looked interesting, but I'm like, I feel like HorrorPack might put it in there, and they did. And so this is one I actually was interested in, and it's this movie called The Lodge. And this is actually from the same directors as Goodnight Mommy, because I'm looking at the names on the front, and I'm like, that sounds really familiar, and it says on the back from the directors of Goodnight Mommy, and which I watched that a few months ago for Hooptober, and I thought it was pretty good. You know, definitely a really shocking movie that does not go the places you'd think. I thought Goodnight Mommy was quite good. But yeah, I think I did see the trailer for this. I don't usually know what it's about. It says, a bone-chilling nightmare from the directors of Goodnight Mommy. The lodge follows a family who retreat to the remote winter cabin over the holidays. When the father is forced to abruptly depart for work, he leaves his children, Aiden and Mia, in the care of his new girlfriend, Grace. Isolated and alone, a blizzard traps them inside the lodge as terrifying events summon specters from Grace's dark past. This sounds like it'll be pretty good. I hope that, it's as good as the plot summary is. On the back, it says, an atmospheric mindfuck, stated by RogerEbert.com. Now, Roger Ebert died about 10 or so years ago, but yeah, so hopefully this will be pretty good. I'm excited to check that one out. Next one in here. Oh, and this is good that this is... I love that this... So this is the exclusive. I love that this has one of the steelbook sleeves on it, because see, it's like one of these things. I'm so glad that this has this sleeve on it, because I can always use new sleeves for steelbooks, because I use like comic book sleeves for mine, which you kind of have to like fold over, but these are like perfect size. So this is good that they included one of these in here, and it's been a while since they put the exclusive in this, but the horror pack exclusive, this is one called 13 Slays Till Christmas. Never heard of this one, but you know, I really wish that, that's the thing, I really wish that the horror packs would come, like, before Christmas, like the December ones, so that, like, I can, like, really, like, get in the spirit for some more, like, Christmas horror films, because usually they put a Christmas-themed one in here, at least one. But yeah, so what this one says, on December 24th, 5 seemingly random men are invited to a dive bar by a mysterious email. They decide to pass the time by resurrecting the old tradition of telling scary stories on Christmas Eve. As each take turns spinning yarns of Yuletide terror, it becomes evident they may be harboring a dark and deadly secret. How long? Okay, I was just seeing how long it was, but yeah, this sounds like it'll be a decent time. Hopefully this will be... Is this It looks like this is an anthology horror movie, because it says there's like a whole bunch of different directors. Yeah, and the only director who I recognize off of this is Sean Burkett, who directed Don't Fuck in the Woods, which was a previous HorrorPack exclusive, which I really thought was a terrible movie. But it was kind of like, so bad it's good. And apparently they're making a sequel to that, which I can't wait to see how it's going to be. The last one in here, this is also another one I already have, unfortunately. Damn, but this is a good Blu-ray to have if you don't have this. This is a nice pack here. So the next one in here is a 2-pack of Gremlins and Gremlins 2. Now these two are like two of my favorite childhood movies of all time. I love these movies to death so fucking much. Like, the amount of times that I watched these movies as a kid is just absolutely unreal. I feel like I've probably watched both of these like at least 20 times each. They are so damn good. The first one I think is better than the second. Like, the first one is just absolutely it's an absolute classic. It is so well done. So like the special effects were great. Just like, as it's not like necessarily a kids horror movie, but it's like, it's one that it's like a good introductory one to kids, I guess you can say. But it's like, it's like a really, really like good introductory horror movie, like for kids. It's like, cause it was one that like I was scared of watching for a while, but then I ended up watching the second one and that one didn't scare me that much. But I watched, then I eventually got up the courage to watch the first one and I was like, wow, I really like this. And I just watched it so many times. Like, it's like, if you're a kid, it's like just the right amount of horror to actually be scared by. It's such a classic movie. So enjoyable. Just a great creature feature. There's a lot of really great scenes in it. And, Gizmo is just absolutely adorable. Like, come on. And then the second one is very, very good. And I feel like doesn't get the recognition or the praise that it deserves. I really, really like Gremlins 2 a lot. As I said, don't think it's better than the first, but I do think it is really, really good. Haven't seen the second one in quite a while, so I do plan to show it to Nathan at some point, because I showed him the first one a couple years ago, because he had never actually seen it, believe it or not. But so even though like I already have these two, a great one to include in here for those who probably don't have them. Really, really good double feature in here. But, so anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Subscribe for more content. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed. And remember, you guys, whenever feeding them after midnight, say no to drugs.